They gave options to our people there. They told the Assyrian Christians there, you either convert to Islam, or you pay jizya with unlimited amount, or you leave without taking anything with you, or you simply die. And of course, our people had to flee to other cities like Erbil, Muhadra, Duhok, Suleymaniya, where they are safer. And they became homeless. The indigenous people of the country becoming homeless in 2014. Later on, it continued to other minorities, like the Yazidis in Shingal and in Kobani. They faced the same thing. They were killed as well. Almost 3,000 women were taken. And until today, we have no word of them. And we all know what's going to be happening to them, or what is happening to them, and what will be their destiny. In August, the Nineveh Plains, the capital of Assyrians, the history and heritage of our people, it was attacked by ISIS, and unfortunately, the Peshmerga forces could not protect the land. They evacuated, and our people as well were asked to evacuate. More than 200,000 people in August, they became homeless. They were living in tents in 2014, the indigenous people. In public gardens, in churches, in streets, our women, our children, our fathers, our elders, our special needs people, they were sleeping on the streets, in incompleted construction buildings. This is one of the victims who is right now with ISIS. She's only 4 years old, Christina. She was taken from her mother, and she was told, she belongs to us, she's ours. And until today, we have no word of her. And this is only one story. We have hundreds of other stories. There was this father who was taken again by ISIS so that his wife and his 2 children could survive. At all the checkpoints, they were standing there, they took everything from them, they took hostages. There were 40 people, Assyrian Christians, taken hostages for longer than 2 weeks. They took everything from them, they took females, they took our kids, and they let go of the rest. Despite of the harsh conditions that our people who are internally displaced are living, who are in need of the basic things in life, of shelter, comfortable shelter in this cold winter, warm water, clean water, healthcare. We also are facing educational crisis. Thousands of students have no access to education. In 2014, let me remind you again. Well, now it's 2015. We have over 8,000 students who are not going to school today. This is one of the biggest threats to our nation. We're going to be having an educational gap, a huge educational gap in our nation. And at the same time, they're still living in the trauma. Because most of them, they walked the distance from Nineveh Plain to Erbil into a safe place because their cars were also taken from them. I'm talking about distance of at least 2 hours with a car. And in August, it was the hottest weather. Many kids, they couldn't even survive because of the health condition after they were back to Erbil. Right now, we are trying our best to take our people out of the tents. Because that's not how a person, or I would say someone who belongs to the greater civilizations, someone who owns the land, someone who is the indigenous people of that land, should be living in 2015. We're trying our best to take them out of the tents and to put them in caravans or inside church or inside public organizations that we have. This attack seems to be one of the biggest threats. In 2003, our population in Iraq was 1.6 million, and today it's less than 500,000. We can see the dramatic decrease in our population in homeland. They're trying to take us out from our own lands, from our own homes. Our people all over the world, they have been trying since June very hard, working non-stop, so we can bring together the awareness to the world to realize, and so we can reach to the people who have the capability and the authority to support us and help us in any way possible. And we did manage to get a lot of humanitarian aid from many places, and we really appreciate it, because we were able to take our kids out of the streets. We were able to let our kids sleep without being hungry. We were able to take some of our sick people to the doctor. We could save some lives. However, that is not the solution, and it's not enough. The solution for the indigenous people and the minorities like Yazidis and others in Iraq is not only humanitarian aid. We need safe haven to be internationally protected in the region where our people are living and the Yazidis are living, so we can administrate the region ourselves. We need to stand up again. We need to become an independent nation so we can depend on ourselves, not on anyone else. Because our people, they lost the trust and the faith in the local governments. They want to defend their lands themselves. We want our own security unit so we can protect our own selves. This would be the region of Nineveh Plains, where the majority of people are Assyrians and Yazidis and some other minorities. This region has been neglected because the majority of the residents there, they don't belong to the powerful nationalities in Iraq. That's why we need to have our own independency as a nation in the region and our own security. We already, as Assyrians in Iraq, established Nineveh Plain protection units, and we are trying to have it the centralized security unit for our people, and we have thousands of men, even women, are ready to be equipped, to be armed, to be trained, so that they can defend their lands and get their homes back. We have proven to the world as Assyrians that we can build the greatest of civilizations. And our evidence to that proof is laying now in the greatest of countries: Germany, France, United States, Britain. They are protecting this rich heritage of ours. Obviously they care. How come the Assyrians, people who built this heritage that they're protecting so hard, they're not giving any care about them? We built these. You're protecting it in your museums. We appreciate that, because if it was in our countries, it would have been destroyed. But I think now it's the time that you care for the people who built this, for the civilization and the nationality that built this. Enough with the rich heritage care. I think our lives is richer than the heritage. We don't want to be isolated from other nationalities that are living in Iraq, because we have proven that we can live with them and we can survive with them, we can build with them and develop with them. We appreciate everyone, and we are people who always promote peace and who want the best for our country, for our people and our lands. With our demands from everyone, if we have our own safe haven with other minorities, that we can become independent, and if we have our own security units that we can defend our own lands, then I think this will be the survival of the indigenous people of Iraq and of the greatest of civilizations that man ever witnessed. And I think the world really owes this for us, because until today, they're using the figures and the findings of Assyrian nation. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll be receiving your questions later. Thank you.
Thank you, Savina. Now I think it's time for us to leave the floor open for potential questions from the audience. You're all equipped with a microphone on your seats, so but I would prefer for you raise your hand if you have a question for parts of or all of the panel. Can start there? Yeah.
Me and my colleague are working on founding a Swedish Yazidi Fellowship Association. On fall this year, we will arrange an event involving Yazidi speakers and musicians and much more to raise money for those who need in the region. My question is, are there organizations both in the region and here in Sweden who we could get in touch with to discuss and maybe cooperate with them?
As I'm not very well aware of how our Yazidi brothers are dealing with their health issues, but I can use our example, maybe that would help. We have centralized our humanitarian aids, for example, organization in Iraq. The Catholic Church we have, and we have the Assyrian Aid Society and the Assyro. We have centralized some humanitarian aids where they have connections in the country and outside the country. As for the political demands and other demands, we have a demand for action group in which we have ambassadors in 19 countries, and we are keeping each other informed and aware and connected. So I would suggest if maybe later you can give me the contact of the SADC locally who are working on it, and we're always happy to help with each other, because we already actually are politically are in discussion with them, and they agree on the same demands as well.
The association is not founded yet, but we are in touch with the local SED groups in Norrköping and other cities in Sweden. My question was rather if we are on any other organizations here, not necessarily Yazidi, maybe Assyrians, okay, who would be interested in.
We have Assyrians Without Borders, and if there are any others, maybe Ashur can give me the names of other Assyrian organizations that are here in Sweden that you can get in contact with. Come back to me later, we will give you the contacts, yeah?
Much appreciated, thank you.
You are always welcome.
Yes?
This question is to Savina. From who does the Assyrian people get their humanitarian aid from?
Locally, as I said, our people all around the world, we tried very hard through many organizations inside Iraq and outside, and we have the churches, all types of churches, whatever ethnicity they are, Catholic, Protestant or Middle Eastern, all over the world they have been raising funds and they have been sending it to the churches in Iraq. And we have the humanitarian organizations like Asiro I mentioned, and Assyrian Aid Society. And also on individual level, we have been receiving funds, as in our union, Caldo Assyrian Students and Youth Union. We also have been receiving humanitarian aid to help and support. Yes?
I would like to know about you are telling us that the fugitives are living in church and everywhere in parks. My question is, are the mosques open for these people or?
No.
Thank you.
As for me, to be honest, even though this is a very tragic what's happening, but this is the first time that I see at least my people, Assyrians, really united and working together onto getting something done for the nation. We are finally standing up, we are finally waking up all over the world, and that's why I really have hope that we will do this and we can do this, because I'm seeing my people getting strong again through unity, and this is my biggest hope. Thank you.
And I would like to say thanks to all of you. I really think it's been a great discussion here today. Thank you for visiting us, Savina, and thank you, Jacob and Sofia, and also for all of you guys showing up and showing interest in this cause. I hope we will have further initiatives in the future as well. So thank you so much and for today.